Earlier this week, we talked about how Donald Trump had tweeted a video of his supporters, and one of them had chanted white power. He later deleted it and claimed that he didn't know what was in the video that he had tweeted, which also is not a good look. Well, that started up a conversation about the retirement community where the whole kerfuffle happened, and it's known as the Villages. And it's in Central Florida. It's a gigantic community of retirees. And apparently they used to have a very friendly environment there until 2016 came along and it kind of ripped friendships apart. Retirees started arguing with one another about politics, and things have become so heated in this community that it's being referred to as a civil war. That's how heated it's become. Now, just to give you some numbers that are outrageous, but then when you think about the fact that it's Florida, not that outrageous, 70% of people in this area voted for Donald Trump back in 2016. But what's happening today? What is the environment like? Well, we hear from the president of the Villages Democratic Party. His name is Chris Stanley, and he said, we coexisted happily. We had our club, they had their club. They had their speakers. We would occasionally get a speaker, right? But then things started to really fall apart when Trump started campaigning, Trump started running, and everything just kind of led to that terrible video that we showed you that took place on June 14th. But just to give you a little refresher, this is what the civil war in the Villages looks like.
Where's your wife? Yeah, you got it, you. White power. Yeah, there you go, white power. You hear that?
Trump. Oh, would you stop the language? Trump. Nasty language. Oh, listen to your president if you want nasty language, you idiot.
Officer, get back in your car now. Get back in your car now. A woman, dickwad. You big boy.
You touch me.
Where's the
officer? Where's the officer? We don't need a Nazi pig. This isn't what we are. No wonder. You
still be praying on November 3rd.
Okay, I know what it's like to live in a building that is mostly full of retirees, and retirees love to get into your business because like they're retired, right? Like, of course, what else are they gonna do? And that place seems like my personal hell. I'm just gonna be honest. Even if I was only among the Trump haters, I could not imagine being in that situation. But anyway, let's hear from Sharon Sandler. She's an anti-Trumper living in the Villages, and she says, I can't stand Trump. I think he's a pervert. I think these people are part of a cult and brainwashed. This is really bad living here. Thank God we all have friends and we stick together, but it's very hard living in the Villages as a Democrat and not a Trump supporter. Cenk, what say you?
Okay, first of all, there's actually wonderful things that retirees do, including being some of the best volunteers for progressive candidates on the planet. And it's so funny how similar you and I are in some ways and how different we are. Because I see a layout of that place and I think, what a lovely place to retire. Maybe I'll retire there one day. The movie theater, the golf carts, it looks beautiful. And to me, oh God, who doesn't want to go there every night? To me.
Me. The HOA at that place, they are gonna be up your bum, like nonstop. Like, oh, are you having your construction workers go through the main lobby? They're gonna dirty the carpet. That is unacceptable. We are gonna write you up with the HOA. It's like the worst experience ever. Anyway, continue, go ahead. I'm sorry, this has nothing to do with the retirees, by the way. This has everything to do with the fact that I hate my HOA. Okay, continue.
Yeah, I was gonna say this got weirdly personal. Okay, anyways, so and I don't mind the disagreements. I mean, if let's say I'm actually retired and in your scenario I have nothing to do, I'm like, bring it. Like, what are the Trump people gonna intimidate me? And especially because I've told you guys this on episodes of Old School before. When I get older and I'm close to there already, there are going to be less than 0 Fs given. There are going to be negative Fs given, okay? And that's where a lot of those folks are, okay? Whether they're the right wingers who are like, hey, you know what? Who cares what anybody thinks of me anymore? White power, right? You heard the guy say it. He said it very clearly. And you know, or it's the woman on the other side who's like, okay, you bigot, racist, et cetera, and she's not sparing any Fs either. So I don't know. I kind of like that. It reminds me of like a Royal Rumble from the old school WWF days. So they're having fun.
Yeah. But like, okay, the 0 Fs, if they're genuinely enjoying these types of interactions, do you boo? Not judging, it's what you like to do, it's fine. I have gone the route lately in my life of the path of least resistance. I do not engage in any type of political debate, even as someone is provoking me. And I'm talking about my personal life, not on the show or at work. I just, no, white flag, I'm not interested. I don't wanna know about your political views. I don't care about your political views. I'm not interested in having a debate with a normie because it's a frustrating and unwinnable situation, right? Usually when you're provoked like that, it's not because they wanna be persuaded or they wanna have a conversation, it's because they wanna fight. So let's put that off to the side. No, but the magic of being a retiree and not having to worry about upsetting your employer and possibly getting fired is that you can literally do anything, right? Like you wanna take ecstasy and go to a rave, do it, right? You wanna, I don't know, just do crazy stuff. You wanna dress like a crazy person, do it, it doesn't matter. There are no consequences unless you break the law. So like that's what I'm looking forward to in my golden years if I get there, right? Like I can't wait to not worry about like really truly feeling free and like not worrying about being out in public. And like, we're living in a surveillance state right now where everyone is filming everything and everyone is calling for everyone to be fired. And that is like, I'm just anxiety ridden over that because of course, like things can get out of control. You can be provoked in a way. The camera might be, capturing you in a situation that's completely out of context. All of that stuff, I think, is anxiety inducing. And I can't wait till when I'm in my golden years. And yeah, I am at a rave and I am tripping balls and it doesn't matter. No one's gonna do anything about it.
Yeah, you're looking forward to being uncancelable. But so last thing on this, look, we covered this story yesterday on the show too. The Villages is funny. They're having sex in public. There's apparently one guy for every 10 women, and the other women are saying, we're not saying. The women are throwing themselves at the guys. Maybe that's why I like it. Get canceled. Anyway, so and the difference between you and me is, look, Anna, I don't engage in those political fights in my personal life, and I haven't done it in 10, 20 years. Like my dad is still trying to convince every religious person to stop being religious. He's 82 years old and he's going, you are not going to heaven, it is all bull crap. You have to let go of it right away. I'm like, Dad, you're freaking him out. Just let it be, let it be. And Anna, we do it professionally. So we've convinced thousands of people at a minimum. I don't need to go fight those fights personally one at a time. So I'm more detached from it than you are in a sense. So if people came at me with absurd Trump stuff in my personal life, I'd be like, yeah, whatever, dude. Like I know they're wrong, and I'm so secure in that anything they say doesn't bother me, unless they threaten violence, and then we're gonna have an issue and gotta call the cops and all that. When you sign up for a spend and save account at aspiration.com/TYT, we will plant 10 trees. Let's save the planet together.